Shall we start now, sir?
Yeah, sure. Please.
Hello everyone, present here virtually. I welcome you all for today's session, today's workshop, which is titled as Photography in Dentistry and Applications of Microphotography. And today is first day of workshop, and today's topic is mobile photography. And presenting this session, we have with us our today's expert, Dr. Hiroj Bagde sir. Dr. Hiroj Bagde sir has completed his master in dental surgery, Department of Periodontology in the year 2014. He has completed his MBA in hospital management and clinical research from Symbiosis University, India. He has completed PhD in dental sciences in year 2018. He is currently a faculty as an associate professor in STEAM Dental College. He is the recipient of honorary Best Academician, Best Dental Photographer, and Best Tutor Asian Pacific region in various awards. He is currently inaugurate in growth factor and it's used by the study on platelets-rich fibrin. Without wasting much time, I am welcome to Dr. Hiroj Bagde sir. You may start now, sir.
Thank you very much, Research Circle, and thank you very much, Rutuja, for the introduction. So, as we left yesterday with all the kinds of DSLRs, flashes, flash systems, different types of details about the manual mode, exposure triangle, which has covered, I guess, so major portion of what can be used in cases when we practice dental art or macro photography. Now today's thing is a bit interesting. Everyone has a mobile with them nowadays. It is a bit what we call high-tech mobiles. Because earlier when we started, it was just like a normal camera with 4 megapixel inside it. Now it is 64 megapixel, 128 megapixel, so much of zoom and all. Believe me, mobile photography has changed the world of photography. It has changed the world of photography, but there are some limitations when we talk about mobile photography when we use it in dental or macro photography. Limitations as of we will discuss in details because we have today's whole 45 minutes for this. We will be dealing with why we want to have an improved content, why we want to have mobiles because they are too handy, but the DSLR is the champ of them all. Mobiles have got their own limitations. We will discuss what limitations are there in cases when we deal about macro photography. But DSLRs are going to be replaced, definitely going to be replaced by use of mobiles. But it will take some time because that technology is still developing. DSLRs again are developing because they have got mirrorless now. Because earlier on it was a big bulky DSLR camera. Now we have something called as a mobile photograph. The mobiles are very handy in nature. Everyone has it. Because DSLR expenses now expensive, it was, I guess, so 7 to 8 years back it was too expensive, but now DSLRs also have come down with their prices, with their capabilities. But today's session is just for mobile photography. All those who love for clicking photographs, it is just going to be an entertaining session for you all. They have increased in their extent of taking different kinds of images, just like they are having good filters inside. Mobiles are having good filters, good cameras. The camera system is been developed a lot. But what are the limitations? We will talk about the major limitations when we are facing mobile photography when we use in macros, or whether it be dental art photography. See, dental art or dentistry will have photographs of the intraoral cavity, As I told in the previous lectures, we are going to play with the f-stop number. F-stop is the aperture. We will have something called as a less focus to more focus. We will revise it again. We will have less more focus for f number 1.4. We will have a more focus when the f number goes on increasing till f22, f29, 30, 56, like that. So we are having a complete control over the camera. But when we talk about mobiles, the f-stop number for a high-end mobile is either fixed to a particular f number, or it can be manipulated to a very smaller extent. It cannot go to f22, so we don't have that more focus area. So that's why we have got a major kind of limitations when we talk about mobiles to be done. See, now I'm also having a Poco phone with me. Here we have something called as a pro mode. When we switch on the mobile, I'll just tell you where it is. It's not visible for you all, but there is a pro mode inside your camera. Now what happens in a pro mode is that we are able to control the mobile's manual settings. Okay, but the problem is with the f number. So the f number here in my camera is from a macro mode to a individual taking a image of an mountain, I guess. So it is distance far from each other, because macro, the images are to be kept very close to the camera in cases when we are using mobiles. But in cases when we are using DSLR, the distance has to be a bit maintained for to achieve the focus. We can shoot at a comfortable distance away from the subject also. But when we talk about macros, in cases when we are dealing with mobiles, we are having different macro lenses. I will just talk about it in the next slides. We are having different lenses. We are associated with different kinds of lens systems for macro, which are given as to clip with these mobiles. They are called as clip-on lenses. But again, when we increase the magnification in cases of mobiles, again the stability of your hands, the stability of the subject, the stability of the lens there, and again the sharpness of the image is lost. So we are going to take into consideration many things. We are having mobiles with wide angle lenses. We are having mobiles with 3 or 4 cameras fitted within. One is specially for macro, one is specially for wide angle lens, one is specially for portraits to be taken. So mobiles are evolving, but the problem is this evolution will take some time for everything to be incorporated inside one whole mobile. It will become means tangible thing after few years, because still they are developing these things, because one camera should fulfill everything. So in cases of DSLRs, this thing can be done by use of a lens. So we have multiple lenses option. So that is the same thing which is being fitted inside your mobile with different kinds of 4 or 5 lenses inside. So we are going to have wide angle lenses. We are going to have called as macro lenses. So development is happening on both the ends, but the limitations is for the f-stop number, the aperture. The aperture has to have, in cases of mobile photography, in cases when we are talking about macro, we are going to play with the f-stop number, which will increase or decrease the focus area. So I want to have control over the f-stop, which is hardly there, and which can be just manipulated to a smaller extent in some mobiles, good mobiles. But yes, again, I'm telling, I'm not against any mobile photographers. Mobile photography has evolved a lot, and we are expecting different kind of changes again in future when we are talking about mobile. So many changes are expected when we talk about mobile photography. Lights, distortion, digital zoom, cropping of the image. See, these are all limitations. Why I'm talking about limitations, first slide, is that we need to compare. We cannot compare a mobile and a DSLR. Definitely we cannot compare, because they are out of comparison. They are totally two different worlds. But when we, because both of them are clicking images for you, so you should know why we are dealing with a comparative analysis of a mobile and a DSLR. So I just have to tell you about different kinds of distortion, the different kinds of mobiles giving you digital zooms. See, I'm having a Samsung S22 Ultra, so that is a zoom of around 100x. We can get capture the images of the moon by the mobile nowadays because we have that digital zoom inside it. So evolution is there, but the sharpness, the detailing and all is lost because we are going with playing of the zooms. We don't have, we have prime lenses in mobile. So we are, sorry, in DSLRs, we have prime lenses. We have 600 millimeters prime lenses, which are so sharp that even you can see the craters of the moon from here, standing here. So we are going to go into a phase of development of mobiles in the coming few years. Need not to say that because already digital zooming, wide angle lenses, we have fisheye lenses, we have many macro lenses coming off with the mobiles to be in the future. So fixed lens system, that is the major part, because we cannot change things. We cannot change from one lens to other lens to, so we have got portrait lenses with us for DSLRs, we have got macro lenses for us with DSLRs, we have got different prime lenses for zoom photography, wildlife photography. So these are all the limitations to be associated with mobile photography. But I'll tell you, macro photography, as I have practiced by mobiles, it is very handy. The first of all, second is the light system, which we talked about in cases of dental photography. Even that is developed. There are many companies which are manufacturing the lights, not presently in India, but they are having twin light system for just at your periods for mobiles also. So this smile light MDP, we have many kinds of scientists or different kinds of dentists, like I'll call them not scientists, they are dentists. They are working on this twin flash system. We have got selfie ring lights have come now in India also, they are present. Selfie ring lights, we have optimized kit. One of my friend called as Dr. Omar Kamal, he has developed one optimized kit. If anyone is interested for twin flash system for mobiles, you can definitely contact me. We are having a good collaboration with them, so that optimized kit, by the name of optimized kit, he is selling off the twin flash system for mobiles. Definitely is very useful for those who are carrying out mobile photography for dentistry and outdoor macro, for both. So why now I have, from the first slide I have shifted to the second slide, that is why we use mobiles are used portable, fast, simple to operate, fits everywhere. You carry your device to any place whenever you want. It's affordable also. Nowadays, simple cheap cameras, good lenses are also there. It's not that the camera quality is difficult. Samsung has got good clarity. We have got Google Pixels, so it is having a good quality. OnePlus, Samsung, my recommendations I will tell you later on, because we going to tell about what is recommended for macro photography in cases where we practice dentistry and record cases. Now I just want to cover some things, that why images, why this rule of thirds which I have mentioned in the slide. It's not just for your mobile camera, but it's there for your DSLR camera. Whenever you are framing your composition of the image, you can just see there are lines intersecting. I can divide my whole screen into grids. Now we have got grid options inside your camera also. You can just start off the grid camera option in your mobiles, and then you'll get such grids. Why are these grids given? Because they are elements, they are very much important elements. Can you see the intersecting points? 1, 2, 3 and 4, we have got intersecting points. Your subject, the choice of the subject should be framed such a way that it is lying on the intersecting points wherever it is placed. See, this is now an image. I could have clicked this image keeping this watchtower in the center, but the problem is this is a perspective. Off center compositions are the perspective where it is more pleasing for the eyes to look. It's just for our sake that these intersecting points are where the area are the area where the subject should be focused more. So whenever we frame this rule of thirds, not only for DSLRs but for mobiles also, it is good composition. So perspective matters. These images I go give credit to Dr. Yash. He's my good friend. I've collected, and he has got a very good knack. He's one of my students. He has got a good knack for mobile photography. He does for dental art. He has gone for this kind of landscape, mobile macros, and all. Even I will share some of my mobile macro photographers photography in the coming slides. He has given some composition network. It can be a very simple image, just like an image of this cat. It can be a simple image of the bridge, but your perspective of looking after the composition is very important. Whenever you are clicking either with a DSLR or a mobile photograph, I will just discuss about why a proper composition and perspective is important. Because when you look after the image in a cases of macro, you should have details first of all. Then you should have a perspective setup that yes, this is what I am going to focus. My focus should be there. And whenever you are going for portraits, whenever you are going for landscape, whenever you are going for wide angle views, your perspective matters. It's not that every click is perfect and all. I don't, please, it's a request to you all who are all photographers, that no picture is perfect. It is perfect for the person who has looked after it, because he is clicking inside the camera thinking after something. So the thought process is definitely there whenever you are clicking. It's not just like going and clicking images. So once you compose your image, your perspective is finalized, then the clicks come out so special for you that it might have a story behind. Every click has a story, but it has to have a perspective. So perspective for me is one of the most important thing, and the composition. Then tips for intraoral mobile photography. Cheek retractors, contrastor, intraoral mirrors, as I have explained for the DSLR, are going to be the same. Stabilize your mobile. See, mobile stabilization by hand or by use of tripods, especially for mobiles, definitely will help you out. Because is one where blur comes when you use a mobile. Your mobile should be so much stable that this blurring of the image is avoided. Then we are having focus on the subject. Yesterday we talked about different kinds of areas. We are talking about anterior aesthetics. We are talking about different areas of the posteriors where the caries are there, feeling is there. We have to restore those areas. So we have to justify what we are focusing on. So if we are having anterior aesthetic case, so we will definitely focus on the anteriors. We will not have all the other tooth inside. So because the f-stop number of the camera is very small in nature, it is having a range of around 1 to 2. So we are having an f-stop number which is very small. So we will definitely have less area in focus. So keep that in mind always. So the caries, whichever thing you are focusing by use of the macros, we are going to focus on that area. So we are going to have a good focus area, and that area has to be selected first, and then we have to plan our image. Then the use of natural light source. Majorly of the time, proper light conditions have to be given when you are talking about DSLR photography, because I talked about flash systems. We were dealing with flash system yesterday. So flash systems, if the flash systems are properly there, then we don't need to have a worry about light which is going to. But cases where the natural light source is there and we are going to have proper light, as I told, we are having twin flash system for the mobiles also. So natural light system, proper lighting conditions have to be maintained whenever you are doing mobile or a DSLR dental photography. So chair light, again I am going to the light option. Chair lights not advisable, even for dental DSLR photography as well as for dental macro photography by mobiles. No use of any chair lights because they are harsh tungsten light. Their light range is not at the range where we want as a white balance. So it was the white balance I told, it is around 5500 Kelvin. So we need to have a light at that source. So the white LED lights used inside the twin flash system or the selfie ring lights, which we'll talk about why this will give you a good image. I'm not telling a very bright and very detailed image, but it will give you a good image to record. Definitely, we have got many mentors. We have got people doing good mobile photography, where lights are playing the most important role whenever you are taking photographs by mobiles. Flash of mobile, white paper to allow avoid yellowness or shiny appearance. Flash of mobile again is an LED light. Flash for me has to be covered by use of some white paper which will avoid the yellowness of the light and will diffuse the light and give a very softened light over the subject which is being there as when we are dealing with the mobile flashes. But if we don't have any flash system, any flashes inside the mobile, or even if you have, if you don't want to we want to avoid that flash which is again harsh, we can definitely use external sources of light in the cases of selfie ring lights, or can be used as a twin flash system. So I will tell you, fix the focus according to lighting conditions, take one or more snaps, because see, one shot everything should to be perfect is not possible even for DSLRs. So we have got options in few cameras for setting to be saving and for the image to be saved in raw format. So when we talk about raw, yesterday I told we have to have raw plus JPEG. So majority of the people don't know where your raw images are. So in mobiles, many good I'll tell not all, but many good mobiles are having an option to for the image to be saved in raw mode. So please switch on and use the raw mode over there. Definitely raw plus JPG will fetch you very good lights which has been captured inside. So what we were dealing is that the lights and the colors inside the image should be captured as it is. So my aim will be to have a raw image to be saved inside the mobile. Shot on OnePlus, we can see the details. Definitely there are details inside the oral cavity. All the conditions have been mentioned, but can you see the blurriness inside? See this on the posterior aspects. Definitely this is just because of the F number. We cannot manipulate more with the F number. Definitely in future there can be mobiles with this capability also, but now till now this f-stop number can be manipulated to a very small extent. I'm telling you, it can be manipulated in few mobiles, but to a very small extent. Posterior things are again in blur. Where we want focus, we have to focus that area first in cases of mobiles. But in case when DSLR was used here, if DSLR was there used here, definitely I would have clicked all the things in focus, because my F number I can manipulate and change in cases when there is use of a DSLR. So my focus was this. I focused on this. You can see some harsh light in the form of lines here. So it is a harsh light used by the mobile photographs, where a diffuser, even after using a diffuser, there is some amount of harshness here. Can you see the harsh nature of the light? We want details, but details will be lost if the lights are not proper in cases of mobiles. Then coming on to accessories, telephoto lens, macro, fisheye, wide angle lens, tripod for mobiles. We have got external LED lights. We have got LED panels fixed to, can fix the LED panels to the charging point. Can you see the clip-on lens? There is one clip-on lens. So clip-on lens is clipped onto the mobile. This is the area where your camera is. This is a telephoto lens. Telephoto lens is the lens where you will get a zoom from mobiles. You can extract zoom. So it will be around 60x, 100x. Apexel company gives this. Many companies are there, but Apexel is for me one of the best choice. So I don't see, it's not about endorsing anyone, but I have utilized all of the lenses in mobiles. I have been into mobile photography for a few years now. But coming on to macro lenses, fisheye lenses, wide angle lenses, there are many clip-on lenses like this. So I'm having one more slide on this. See, this is the lens which I recommend. This is the lens which I recommend as a macro clip-on lens. This is to be named by the company Apexel. Apexel, Apexel. This has got manufacturing of good telephoto lens, good macro lens, good wide angle lens. These are all clip-on lens, and these are having some components. Apexel has got many macro types of macro lenses: 4x, 2x, 4, 16x, 24x. We are having some components from the camera itself to be clipped onto the mobile. So we are having camera lenses now coming as a clips. So it is going to be very good in macro photography. Those who are true lovers for macro photography might be knowing all these kinds of lenses. So mobiles definitely going to evolve, definitely going to be a game changer next. We have LED flash system. Can you see this? This is the ring which we yesterday talked about. This is the ring flash. So this is called as the selfie ring. Selfie rings are available in market at very cheap cost. These can be manipulated with power also. I'm telling you, there are buttons inside this. We can manipulate the power 0, power 1, power 2, power 3, power 4. We can go to the max power. So this is the same power system which we talked about in cases when we are practicing twin flash photography. Yesterday I've shown you 2 images. So we can definitely change the LED flash system, light system. There are no Indian perspective for twin flash, but definitely if you want, if you are definitely going to go into details of macro photography or dental photography twin flash system, definitely will be available from my side. You can just contact me. I'll be happy to help you all. We had got tripod systems for mobiles, very good stabilizing. This is called as the gorilla tripods. They are flexible enough. These are not just fixed to one point. They can be flexed and can be taken to any kind of area wherever it is possible for you to keep the mobile. So it is having good stability. This is the camera holder. We are having some clips, and the camera will be sitting over here. So can be used for video recording, because cameras are good in mobile cameras are good in recording also. So we can have good video recorders. We can have selfie rings attached to it so that the light falls on the subject proper way. And we have got circular also, and we have got twin flash system also for both mobiles as well as DSLRs. Apexel is the company manufacturing this. 12x, 14x, 2x, 4x. They are having multiple amount of choices for you, ranging from around, I guess so, 750 rupees to going to around 1850, 2500 rupees for the clip lens. Can be utilized with good macro capabilities. I'll just share some of my photos. You'll be happy to see what mobiles can do wonders. Then most important thing for me, any image, whether it be DSLR, whether it be mobiles, any image needs photo editing before its presence in any kind of format, whether it be social media, whether it be documentation for any journal, whether it be documentation for showing to the patient. It has to undergo the process of photo editing or photo manipulation. It has different softwares. These are softwares available on the left for mobiles: PixArt, Lightroom, Snapseed. For me, Snapseed is one of the greatest evolution changes inside mobile photo editing. Then we have Photoshop also nowadays for mobiles. We have got Lightroom also for mobiles. We have got photos editing softwares at a larger number, which are still evolving, and we can utilize these things to our benefit, because manipulation of the images, it's not called as manipulation, it is called as editing of the images. Sorry for the use of word manipulating. We are editing the images before presenting it anywhere. This editing can be performed the same as we are performing inside the laptops or the PCs. So you all should be knowing about Adobe Photoshop. We are having Lightroom, we are having Photoscape. So we are having plenty of softwares for our PCs. So we are having same things to be incorporated inside the mobiles also. Snapseed, one of the easiest thing to be used, and one of the most powerful type of softwares. You can download it free from Google Play Store. We have got Lightrooms, we have got Photoshop also, we have got Pixart has been also working very good for any kind of photo editing services, which involves many kind of changes inside the image. If you have a raw image with you in the mobiles, definitely this also can be edited in cases of Pixart, Lightroom, and Snapseed. Then there are intraoral photography. Some areas are extraoral photography. We can utilize black backgrounds. We are having now photo studios. We are having small photo studios which are covered by all the sides with lights, and we can place inside any kind of any black background, any white background, any colored background, whichever you want. You can have use of any kind of setup like this to have beautiful images of tabletops. These are called as tabletops. We can put some subject here, and we can manipulate with the lights surrounding, and then we can have very magnificent images, which will be helpful for you to demonstrate what things are being used. Just like when we talk about dentistry, we are especially giving our mention to different kinds of burrs, different kinds of instruments which are used inside your surgery, or inside your implantology, inside your endodontics, inside your prosthodontics. So wherever you want to have such background, these are all very much helpful when you just have to demonstrate what kind of device you are using inside this. So you can just create your small tabletop by use of small day-to-day available things, and we can have very good lighting system associated. Because see, I'm again emphasizing on the topic that it has to have good lights. Lights are one of the most important thing whenever we are talking about areas where we are shooting with mobiles. Then I'll leave you all with some photos to be seen. Now, please don't say that they are DSLR. They are from mobiles. Whatever I've kept in the few coming slides, they are all from mobiles. See, the details are being there. There are very good compositions to be done by use of mobile photographer. Now this has been taken all by the apexel macro lens. I am very much happy with this lens because it works wonders when you're talking for macro photography outdoors with natural light. See, I'm having ring lights also with me, but only for dental photography. But when we talk about macro outdoor, you are supposed to play an important role of the natural light, and if possible you can use the light system also, which is in the form of LED lights, whether it be cables, whether it be rings, or twin flash system. See, bubbles of the water again can be clicked. So see, these are all abstracts because I was dealing with some abstract photography in the between. We are having different kinds of photo clicking system. This is again a perspective. See, I was talking about perspective, your perspective towards the image. This is just a tree, but it has to have a perspective. This perspective was again to be seen by your own eyes. It has to be manipulated, and it has to be from your thinking point of view. See, it's all about thinking of the image, of how you are going to set up the image, and that image can do wonders to you. See, it's not just about collection of images. You can present yourself abroad, you can present inside India, you can have very good what we call as collaborations with different companies. So that, see, it's not about just profession, but it can be an hobby can be converted into a profession, and profession can be taken forward to enhance your own knowledge, as well as to enhance the scope of what these mobiles can do. Then again, apexel lens with details of this is the blue beetle. You can see the back area where all the details. See, this is natural light. We can have focus. Focus is the main thing. Everything is in the blur, but the area has to be focused properly, and this much area is also possible when we are having some good cameras inside. We are having mobiles nowadays with macro capabilities also, so need not to buy, but that macro capability can be enhanced by apexel lenses. Again, you will have very sharp images by use of apexel lenses. Eye of an human, again, details, see, details are not as much as was there with DSLR, but yes, definitely can be comparable. Our eyes can perceive the difference in between the DSLR and a mobile photograph, but definitely the colors, the composition, you can all track. Simple compositions we are having. This is again a portrait composition where we have used the portraits and the light system to be such a way that the mobiles can even take beautiful images for you. This is again a studio setup which was done for the lights to fall at a particular area. Manipulation of the light systems again can give you direct images to be having a very what we call as an impact over the audience. For in between, I was having some portraits and some pictures for what we call as product photography. So we are having some customized shoot for Wildstone. So again, mobiles, you can compose your image, you can definitely display it anywhere. Composition, again, this is an inverted image of something at the background, and again use of apexel lens. You can do wonders by use of mobiles and some additional lenses which are available in India. But yes, resources has to be there. Nowadays mobiles are also very much costlier. Good mobiles are even costlier, so why not to go for good lenses of macros and start off with your DSLR journey. So here I will like to end my session today, but I'll hope that people might take documentation even by use of mobiles. My whole aim for doing this development program is just to have all of you to start recording their cases. It's just mandatory, but it has to be useful for not only for the dentist, for any kind of medical person, to record their cases, keep the records of the cases saved with you, so that nowadays digital nature is there, helpful for you to present your cases, helpful for you to fight against medical legal cases. So it is all about starting the journey. It's just not for mobiles, even for DSLRs. And I will urge you all to please start off with the journey of your being with mobiles as well as DSLR photography. So I thank again Research Circle for this opportunity.
Thank you so much for this very informative session. If you have any question, you can ask. Thank you so much, all the participants, for your active participation. Let me inform to all that this complete session will be available on our Research Circle YouTube channel. So if you want to watch it again and want to share it to somebody, to visit Research Circle YouTube channel. Thanks. And last but not the least, thank you, Dr. Hiroj Bagre sir, for taking out the time for session. With your permission, I would like to end today's session here. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Rutuja. You can end, please.